Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another matchup. It's going to be exciting here. We've had a 16-14 game earlier, but it's the moment we're all waiting for. Central Florida and versus Ryerson. Two top 10 schools about to duke it out on Overpass. And I'm joined by your boy, Mahone. What's going on? Are you excited, boy?
I'm so excited for this match. I think I even mentioned this in one of my recent division rankings, saying that this is going to be a good match.
Yep, and here we are. It is the moment. Moments away, ready. These guys are about to ready up. Let's get some facts down here. Now let's talk about Central Florida. These guys are currently 4-0 in spring. They went 4-2 in fall, but they're looking pretty hot. What can we expect from Central Florida?
Yeah, Central Florida is a team that's been on the rise for a while, ever since their first season in ABGL last year, and they just keep on improving. They have some solid wins and some close matches as well. But they've actually had a roster change over the winter, so excited to see what they can do against Ryerson here.
Yeah, and Ryerson, no, they're top 7 currently in the power rankings, and they're undefeated. A Canadian school, of course, based out in Toronto. Not a single loss. Before we go into Toronto, let's talk about a quick player to watch out here for Central Florida.
Chill Dan has been putting up a big performance so far. I think in the last 3 matches he had like over 180 R. So I'd be looking out for him to do a lot of damage here, as well as Sean J. Because I mean we can't forget that
The All-Star, yeah.
that All-Star game 40 frag performance. So both those players definitely players to watch here.
And Chill Dan's an opera, right?
Yep.
And Sean J, we've seen him op as well.
He's
so
a hybrid.
very
He's
interesting.
more of a hybrid. Yeah.
So Central Florida op power. Now going to Ryerson, 9-0, and the player to watch is who?
Would be Nex by far. Nex is he's played in MDL for 2 seasons, and as well his counterpart Macer is also just a nut. So we're gonna have to see 2 fragging forces duke it out against each other in this game. And I think we're live here, right?
No, we are, guys. So we're getting into the game. So sorry about that, but we're gonna get into the pistol. Already action being done, and Macer, like you said, is actually down already. And Ryerson are gonna start on the CT side, and UCF Knights gonna be starting on the T side. And look at this, the bomb on the back of Blue Sky as they trickle their way towards B, which is undefended. Actually, Next is gonna be defending that, and they're gonna actually stack up towards the CT, essentially like the beginning of the round. This setup.
Yeah, Hollywood has a smoke and a flash, so he has a P250. I'd like to see him smoke off Heaven here, and if he does that, this should be a easy B site to take, seeing as how Ryerson is playing the boost spot right now.
That smoke towards Heaven should give it away. I'm expecting him B execute. Into the side, Nate does a little bit of damage. Hollywood's gonna pick up a kill on the Doofus. That boost not gonna work out, and a Glock and Cool Hand Luke up close and personal, already doing so much work for UCF, and down to Next in Soggy. Can they capitalize? They're both trying to make their way out to a double up.
Yeah, they do have a kit on Next. This is an entirely doable retake, but against 5 Ts, it's gonna be so difficult. Next is gonna come in, he's gonna get goosed right away. Cold Hand Luke takes him down. It's all down to Soggy, left him on 1v5, and you might just want to save this armor at this point, as UCF they're hunting him down.
Yeah, all 5 players here. He should be able to farm up if he can hold this angle. He's got 11 bullets. He's trying to make his way. That's 1 kill. 1v1s is what he needs to take here. The bombs that kill 1 player. Yeah. Oh, no bullets! And he's gonna live with that armor. That's gonna be key here. As the money situation, they could force up, right? But this is a very scary game. Now, guys, we did mention this is a very important, very scary game to watch, but this is playoffs. Ryerson's sitting pretty healthy, both teams really. But this will give most of the top schools on what we're seeing here in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think this year is definitely a big test for Central Florida, as you know, they may not have quite have proven that they're one of the top teams. So if they're able to take down Ryerson here, it'll be good. But here, looks like Next is going to take down 2 players with the CZ here, making a 4v3 situation, and the rest of the teams are just going to make their way towards B now.
Yeah, they see that stack, but 2 guns get denied. That's going to be an AK, followed by a MAC-10. They clear out the site. Now, post-plant positions with Two UMPs. There's still some utility to work with for UCF, but you gotta believe that Ryerson's gonna try this.
Yeah, but they don't have a kit here, so it's gonna be very difficult. I wouldn't be surprised to just see him save here and just try to get some exits, and maybe in the next round they'll buy.
Yeah, that could definitely be a huge move as well. The AK trying to mask the movement, but a kill's gonna come out here from Macer, as he's gonna pick up a weapon as well. But they need to make their way through. Like you said, that kit, there's no kit available. These guys should punch out right away. Oh my god, chilled Dan. Cool as ever, finding those 2 kills. And he's gonna die to a bomb as well. So UCF find 2 rounds. Money situation now. How does Ryerson play this out?
Yeah, looks like they're just gonna be conservative here. Looks like they're just gonna save, maybe get those ops that we were talking about earlier. And on the side of UCF, 2 MAC-10s, 2 AKs, and an UMP. This should be a relatively straightforward round, as Ryerson, they only have a Deagle, P250, and just some pistols.
They set up for a default, but Cool Hand Luke already deep in water. He's gonna hear some movement in B site, as it is a stack here. Those guys gotta clear the connector, so UCF playing pretty interesting right now. They're gonna find a pick out the Soggy. Now, Ryerson's just on an eco, and they played a nice, second round eco with that long stack. But look at how UCF is so cautious.
Yeah, they're definitely being careful here. They don't want to give up any of these guns, especially since the last round, all of them died. So it's important for them to build up their economy in this round and not lose too many guns.
XQ on the A site. Only one here is going to be next. And then Doof is close by. Now, bomb should go down surely. There's really no way they can pounce onto the site. The utility is there. There's still 4 flashes available for UCF if they want to hunt. But exits now.
If I were Ryerson, I'd just focus on just getting some exits. They know that UCF's money is low and they need to save every single weapon here, so. But at the same time, Sean J. Yeah, it looks like UCF, they're doing a good job here. Making sure they're not dying separately here. And this should be a pretty clean round. And they have 2 MAC-10, so they could definitely take this into the next round. Maybe pull some Vega squadron stuff. Be a rush towards the water into B. So we'll have to see what they do here.
Oh, timing. ATC looks away, but the Deagle's good for Macer. But there's no way they're going to get that gun. It does do some damage. But that was a MAC-10 that was lost. So not anything crazy. Next, gonna pick up that op. And this is where we need to see Ryerson, use what they're known for. Next, gonna have that op. And who's going to hold his hand? He's going to be towards the A site, accompanied by 2 other members of Ryerson.
Next is going to take a shot. He's not going to be able to spot anything, though. As this is definitely a more A-side defense here. Soggy's playing towards the connector. Macer and Next playing towards the divider area. And 2 players towards B. Most of Central Florida's grouped up towards B, but Cold Hand Luke takes down Doofus. That's the first entry of the round. It looks like they're set for an execute here. Look at all the utility.
Yep, and here we go. They're about to dump that in, and this B site, can it be held? ATC's towards long B. He's flashed completely. And UCF, oh my goodness, no challenger here to keep them at bay. This site's completely open.
Yeah, and I think Ryerson should just save at this point. This is just a lost round just from the setup, and Central Florida doing a really good job just going in straight for the execute, knowing that it'd probably catch Ryerson off guard because they're probably expecting a slower type of round. And especially since Ryerson may not have had all the nades that they needed, going for an execute that round with their utility, definitely a good move there.
Yeah, that was a very fast pick to open up, right? Doofus, they realize that they're spotted, throw the execute, and then they completely take the site. This is crazy. An ATC, right? If he maybe got one or maybe just one frag, might have been doable, but he was completely flashed off. They expected him to be there, so UCF starting it out with 4-0 now.
Yeah, and UCF's already looking super prepared just from these first 4 rounds. They take all the anti-ecos very slowly, very methodical, And then the first round, they just go in for it. After they get the first kill, they go in for the straight B execute. So Ryerson, they're going to have to do a bit more than just rely on their individual skill here, I think.
Yeah, there's going to be some chemistry that needs to be involved here. Next, going to be the Macer's going to be joining him towards the bathroom. Followed by Soggy. Now, pop flash and, ooh, can he find some fruit? Next, with the op, double nade. Only does 15 damage.
Ooh, he's staying here, though. He really wants to get this kill, and I don't know if he's expecting Chill Dan to be on the very left. He takes him down. That's going to be the first entry. Once again, Cold Hand Luke, they're just finding all the entries.
That is impactful. Macer able to find one kill, follows up. Fights a player, Dink actually off the strong J, but he finds the best of Macer. Doofus wants to capitalize. Oh, the door opens wide open. That player, he will win that duel. Well, Hollywood smoked off completely. Finds a wheel. Oh my god. He whipped his hair back and forth, I guess, but Doofus gonna find a shot from behind. But the frags. The trades happened to only 3-3. And it was back and forth with Chill Dan and Sean J. Those crucial opening picks that Cool Hand Luke and Sean. Actually, I believe it was who killed next in Fountain.
Chill Dan. He hugged the very left side even before next him come up. So, you know, UCF, they're just getting all the entries right now. And I really want to see Ryerson maybe play a bit more passively. Maybe have 3 players towards B and just have the guys at A just play more towards the divider area.
This is insane now. Off in the hands of Soggy. As next is going to be playing the rifle. And a nice default setup here by UCF. And the bomb towards spawn, and Hollywood's going to flash out for his teammate to gain that water control.
Yeah, the thing is that I think UCF might actually be expecting an eco knowing that they bought last round. So the thing is that Ryerson actually has 3 M4s on an op, so they're going to be taking this round very slowly. They have to make sure they use their utility well here, though.
UCF playing this out. A minute to go. The bomb on the back of Blue Sky towards the party side, and Hollywood's going to join them. This Cool Hand Luke probably going to be the player to sell something. Look at that. He's got 4 full nades. He might jump in that position that I've talked about before, where he could literally dump everything on the B site in one position.
He's going in for the bridge smoke, getting the Molotov off, but Soggy elsewhere on the map. He's going to take down Blue Sky. As now the rest of UCF, they're going to be grouping towards A, but Ryerson, they look pretty set up for this as you have 3 players towards the A site. Macer going to be jumping in through the truck smoke here, and he might be able to find Cold Hand Luke, takes him down, so now it's a 5v3 here. As the rest of Central Florida, they look to trade, but there's just all these smokes, and Macer taking advantage of it once again. Hollywood trading out. And now it's all down to Sean J, left in a 1v4, and with 11 seconds, this looks grim.
Yeah, as soon as Macer got that bomb down, it flew right in the deepest sight. It was pretty much over there. So nice, a nice hold by Ryerson Esports. And they'll find their first round in this matchup. As UCF, like they tried pretty hard to do a slow methodical play, but that op right on A site, I guess they just chose to execute right away. Very interesting decision making here for UCF that mid round.
Yeah, and it looks like UCF should be on a bye here, as they have chilled down on that op, like we talked about before. As he's going to go in for the monster pick here, and let's see if anyone challenges him, and Next does, and Chill down, winning this battle this time. As this, once again, Ryerson, they just can't afford to give up all these entry kills all the time. It's Sean J once again taking down Soggy, and this is just how it collapses for them.
And still 2 B players here to hold this off, but the bomb gonna make its way towards the bathroom side, and Cool Hand Luke's gonna lead this information play. Gonna be the first player essentially on the A site. Sean J lurking a little bit as bomb gonna be accompanied by Hollywood and Blue Sky.
Yeah, Mace is already in a really tough spot here. They already have full A site. He's gonna be sticking around by spawn, and I mean, it's tough, but they might just have to call for another savior unless they get a kill right away.
I think Cool Hand Luke has a really good map awareness. He's like the first player on the site. It's definitely risky to do that, but he has a CZ. He has nothing else, guys. He's literally sacrificing himself. Sean J able to find Doofus, who was trying to get a big flank, but Macer and ATC should surely save this. ATC is going to tap out. Macer's gonna go down to Cool Hand Luke, who has picked up a free gun. Um, Everything counts here, guys.
Yeah, Cool Hand Luke, like you mentioned before, it seems like he's playing that role, except on the T side, where he's just being so aggressive, getting map control. And the thing is that, like I mentioned before, Ryerson just keep giving up these entry kills and it just snowballs because after the first player dies, someone else on the other side of the map tries to make a play, and they also get punished too. So, they need to stop giving away this entry kill. I don't think they need to do this right now.
Yeah, just play like super passive, right? Figure out where. I mean, yeah, next challenging Chill Dan. Like I'm gonna start recording op versus op, who's winning these duels. But now on this eco, gotta be careful with how they use their equipment. Ryerson.
Yeah, it's gonna be mostly an eco round though, as they're probably gonna be expecting to buy next round. The rest of UCF though, making their way towards long A's is really good. Forcing those long range engagements and just making sure they can't get close range pistoled. As looks like Cold Hand Luke, the only one in connector. He's gonna find the first one, but he's gonna get taken down immediately by Nex. As they should be able to retrieve that gun and maybe they can rotate back towards A at this point.
Yeah, but 4 members of UCF Knights gonna make their way towards the long A. As the rest of Ryerson holding off towards the water side, as Nex is gonna pick up that rifle. It is A site. Now gonna be post plant positions. Ryerson, I don't know. Like, it's still a gamble, right? They're gonna buy next round, I guess. Why not? But it's the 8th round.
Yeah. Well, everyone next round will be getting about almost 5K on 3 players, and they also have that M4, so it should be a pretty good buy if they go into this. As Blue Sky is going to be taking down 2 players, as those guys did not have armor, so it doesn't really matter. And next, he just needs to make sure he saves his gun, and they'll be able to buy next round. And if someone wants to op, they're going to have the glass cannon.
This is, regardless of the scoreline, this is still very tense. We're actually seeing some interesting CS as these guys try to play this. Oh no, Nex will lose that rifle, and that is so huge here for UCF. Now look at the money situation. Look at the scoreboard. UCF, they've got money. Sean Jay's got 10K. He just dipped down to 9.7. But this is a full out buy for Ryerson. They have the op, and like you said, the glass cannon op on Nex.
Yeah, and I actually don't want to see Nex go aggressive with this. I would rather just see him hold more passive angles, just try to punish UCF as they come towards them. As it looks like the rest of UCF, they're going for their straight monster. They're playing HEC, gonna get taken down. Doofus gonna find 2 though, and Cold Hand Luke finds Soggy elsewhere on the map. So now it's a 3v3 situation.
The Doofus molly down. He can still hold on to this. He can still back up, wait for the cavalry, but they spot another head. But Blue Sky answers right back. Cool Hand Luke, no! Laser needs to check that fully. That door making so much noise, and now next, the glass cannon op. In a 1v3 situation, there's just no way. As much as he wants to, they cannot sacrifice these rounds and the equipment like this.
Yeah, and like next round they're gonna be broke. So this off could be the only saving grace they have for the next round. As if I were Ryerson, I'd just he's gonna get taken down though.
Cool Hand Luke. Like he's got
afraid.
Dora or he's got Dora with him. Like he just knows. Regardless of finding players, he's the first in on these sites and understanding how the map is going for Ryerson and the positioning. Like, okay, they're on an eco, maybe they're holding completely. I'm just gonna push through with the CZ. You know, you need players like this. This is just insane.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised to see that it's been so one-sided so far. As Ryerson, I feel like just some crucial mistakes that they're making just costing them all these rounds right now. As it looks like UCF are just going to brute force their way into B. Not going to be playing slow at all. Cold Hand Luke, or Cool Hand Luke, rather. Going to be holding towards the connector. Might be able to find a couple kills here. As next, going for the double ding P250. As he's going to pick up that AK and probably just run and save with it.
Yeah, but this is not looking good for Ryerson. Now, next picks up a rifle. But the question is, can he hold on to it? We saw UCF witch hunt towards the end. You see a player holding. A player's probably gonna sit towards the long B and wait for the bomb to blow up, but UCF. Oh, wow. Macer finding Sean J. Exit towards the T-spawn side as Macer could still do some more damage if he wants to. But he won't get much. So, money situation, yeah, buy is imminent, but do you buy it up with the money that you have?
With that one gun, I would buy here, and they're calling a tactical timeout, so I like it here. I like it. You know, like I said before, I think Ryerson in general, they just need to make sure they play a bit more passively here and sack more players towards B site. Make sure they just molly out and NATO, whatever they need to do in order to stop a monster rush. And because I honestly think Nex is just playing way too aggressive right now. He needs to just play more passively towards A. Just pretty much off him as they try to come through bathrooms and stuff like that. He doesn't really need to be.
Than sorry, right? Rather than you don't have the rounds to make those risks.
Yeah.
Essentially, no, it's not exactly playing scared. It's just making it harder for these guys to hit these sites, and they're gonna have to go off by their executes, right? Or they use Chill Dan to run around the op and try and make some room, which we really haven't seen because he's just finding these entries on an aggressive angle like Fountain and etc.
Yeah. And something I'm noticing from UCF too, it's really smart, but they're actually nading out middle. That way, if Nex is actually opping it, he'd actually take tremendous amount of damage. So these guys have definitely done their homework here.
Yep, indeed, and UCF. 8 rounds ahead. They're on this default. That's the bomb on blue sky towards the long A. Now, the op here is on Chill Dan. Needs to be accompanied by Cool Hand Luke. It looks like they're just gonna try and find some kind of space. Look at how passive your Ryerson is.
Yeah, it's almost like they read our minds here, essentially, as Nex playing towards the site, which I wanted him to do earlier, as three players towards B. And Soggy just jump spotting here, as looks like UCF, they're going to make their way towards the B site here, as they still have some utility, so they can definitely make it happen here, as the push is coming straight in. Cool Hand Luke going to find some entries here, and ATC going to find one as well, but now it's a 2v3 situation, as Next already rotated through the graffiti, might find one. There it is, as he might find a second, but oh, Chill Dan getting the best of him here. It's all down to Soggy, left in this 1v2 now.
He's gonna opt to pick up the op. This is such a scary round. Chill Dan is still alive though, keep that in mind. And he doesn't even need to peek. They play the safe. UCF, yeah, they've been playing a little aggressive here and there. Nice executes, but down to this round, only one player needs to peek, and he tags Soggy. There's no way he's gonna get away from this bomb as well, so he's fully invested. Actually, he might be able to live with that 10 HP. Yeah, he'll get away.
Yeah, this off is going to be crucial in the next round here, as the rest of Ryerson are probably going to be saving. As actually, I mean, if they want to do like a double ump buy with 2 M4s, you know, that's definitely possible. But if they do that, they need to do something aggressive. Maybe take towards water control and pretty much win the round a different way, as their B side has just been looking so weak to me.
Yeah, I think some of the players just don't want to cause an advantage here for UCF, but look at this. 3 players towards that aggressive play again. But this time, Nex is opting towards the bathroom side. Oh, Soggy just off by like an inch.
Yeah, it looks like UCF, they're going to be taking long A control here. As Macer and Nex, they actually want to get a bit more aggressive. Look how aggressive their angles are, as Nex is going to realize there's actually a player towards long A now. And Macer, he's in a bit of a tough spot. He's going to get taken down by Chill Dan, though. As this guy, he's in the Matrix or something. He's just not getting caught off guard.
Yeah, he is. Chill Dan is actually... You're so right. Like, I guess the communication here for UCF is impeccable. Sean J waiting for the calibrate pop flash is good. Look at this. Next gets caught off guard. I'm not too sure why he's there with the op.
Yeah, it looks like Cool Hand Luke gonna take down Soggy as well. And this is just going from bad to worse here for Ryerson. as they just have no answers for this offense that UCF is putting on. They're just playing so perfectly right now, using the right flashes, being so aware of what's open and what's not. And Ryerson, they need to come up with something different here.
Hollywood taking a straight fight to Doofus. The bomb's gonna go down, and ATC and Doofus, can they make this work? It's a very tough angle. They have no utility. They're gonna have to double up.
Yeah, and Doofus actually gonna find another kill here. So 2v3, a little bit doable. They don't have a kit though. No utility as well, so if they pull off this retake, it's gonna be a miracle, as Doofus gonna get taken down by Hollywood, and ATC getting taken down as well. So now 11-1. Can't say I expected this.
I can't say either. 3 players on UCF. You hold tab with 10K plus. They've got money in the bank. Like, and Ryerson has been struggling for the past 12 rounds with their money. Sometimes glass cannon up, sometimes you know, up with no utility, etc. Now back to that eco, back to the board.
Yeah, and I feel like I actually don't think this is over yet, because I feel like Ryerson is a much better T-side team here, and but they do need to get more than like 3 rounds. Otherwise, you know, they'll have like no margin for error.
Yeah, and that early pick next is gonna go down. Mind you, this is an eco here for Ryerson. This execute onto B is gonna be scary. Now, this could be, it could work out. If ATC can find this, oh, he should be an easy frag here. Coy and Lucas first out, but no! With 24 HP wins that duel, and Soggy's blind as Ray Charles, and he goes down on sight. Macer and Doofus with Deagles, trying to pick those long duels. Macer doing a lot of damage, but remember, there's 5 players of UCF here, and the nades raining down. They take him out. And Doofus with 40 HP. It's now a witch hunt. This is quite sad as a Canadian, but you might be right. They need like these last 2 rounds or another round. It hurts to see this. It really hurts to see this. But Ryerson, they haven't. Would you say Ryerson's like a little too comfortable? Did they expect this from UCF? Do you feel like they're underprepared a bit? Like,
I feel like they are. Like, I don't think they're expecting UCF to bring this level of preparedness and teamwork in. Like, look at all these pop flashes that are coming in and these execs, right? Like, I don't think Ryerson's expecting this at all. As it looks like UCF, they're going to go for a straight monster play once again, running straight through the Molotov here. And ATC, he needs to hold on here. Next, going to find one. Doofus going to find another. And this is definitely looking like a successful B hold for the boys on Ryerson right now. As Macer can get flashed in. He's going to find one, and it's all down to Chill Dan here. Left in the 1v4.
If Chill Dan pulls us off, there's no God here for Ryerson. Literally, the Bibles under the chairs won't even work to save them. This bomb is out of reach for Chill Dan. He's got 8 HP, but if he can get more kills, it'd be detrimental to hurt that economy for Ryerson. But this should be an easy round for them.
Yeah, and they also need to make sure they keep all their guns here, as they don't want to lose too many guns, especially going into the last round. As UCF, they definitely have lots of money, so that's not an issue for them. Just chilled down. He's just gonna fall back a little bit. If I was chilled down, I'd just try to kill as many people as I can right now. Like, I wouldn't necessarily try to win the round.
Yeah, I would be hunting as much as he can. Well, I guess, like we said before, he doesn't like getting caught off guard, and just a split second is all you need to kill this man. And there it is. Macer's gonna find that kill with a 3K, finding the second round for Ryerson. A good B hold. But now, as we head into this last round of the first half, the money, oh my god, look at all that money on UCF. But this technical problem's gonna come through as we have one of the players, you know, ISP issues. But Mahone, I did not expect this. I don't know what to say.
Me neither.
Like, we see in front of us. We saw that next tried, I think maybe 4 rounds, he tried to pick Fountain aggressively. I think 2 out of the 4 rounds he died. Maybe 1 out of the 4.
Yeah.
But he hasn't, it's like UCF know, like, okay. It's very textbook. It's very common to happen. let's just not give them that option. We didn't really see a player really fight that. We don't see players lingering around playground for UCF. They all have like I don't know, like you just don't see them there. And when they're there, it's like next to somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing is that next is he's been trying to get involved in play red at the start of the round, but like UCF, they're just doing perfect things to kind of counter it. Like I said before, they're always nading down middle, so that way every time Next tries to go for a peak lower middle, he's gonna get naded, right? And then that one time that he went to try to peek monster, Chill Dan took him out. So it's I would say that even though Next is, he may be on the top of his team right now with 9 kills, but he's definitely struggling a little bit. Like he's not having the amount of impact he needs to for Ryerson to come out on top for this.
Yeah, I think you're right about that call during pause. I think that was the 10th round onto the 11th. They should have been playing passive. Even before that, the 1 and 9 that we saw, they should have been reacting to what was going on. Like they're playing too aggressive. I actually experienced this last night in MM with my friends. I'm like holding B site by myself. I'm like, why you guys dying and found and like what's going on? And we lost, but turns out somebody was walling anyways. But it doesn't matter. In this game, Ryerson has a double. This is the first time we're seeing it. In the last round, we're gonna be able to see it on the CT side. Will it work out? They need this third round so bad.
Yeah, this is a must win for Ryerson at this point. As it looks like the rest of UCF, though, they're going to be making their way towards the long A. Soggy with the other off. He's going to fall right back. And he's going to play much more passively towards the A site here. And Ryerson, like the one thing they haven't done, I haven't seen them do it one time yet, is actually push water mid-round. The amount of information you get from pushing water is huge, and they haven't even done it one time this half. So, but it looks like the rest of Ryerson are going to be making their way back towards the A site here as they don't see anything coming towards the B.
Coin Luke first contact gets tickled by 2 players and he can't capitalize on the kill as Doofus actually picks up the kill. Pop flash towards long, keep these guys at bay. That's gonna send the bomb back onto Hollywood. And Blue Sky, they all punch out. But the Opera Chill Dan is there. Maybe you can look for maybe some kind of aggressive answer from Ryerson, but there's lots of time on the clock for UCF.
Yeah, if I was Chill Dan, what I would do here is I would try to get a pick with this op late in the round and then cause the CTs from B to rotate, and then as that's happening, get the rest of your teammates ready at B, ready to strike as soon as that player rotates. And it seems like that might be what they decide to do here, but...
Oh, Chill Dan. Oh my goodness, this man is just so aware. Picks up that kill on the Soggy. Now it's doable for the A site. Next is holding off this towards Optimus, but Doofus close by needs to hold this. He sprays, he pre-fires, but he only manages to find 1 kill. Next goes down right away, and surely UCF will make it 13-2. Oh my goodness. Sean J picks up a 3K in that 15th round, and Canada is not looking hot in this matchup.
Yeah, it's I forget who that was by the truck there, but it's like he jumped up. He almost pulled a C's. No, the player rifling that truck. Like he got the first kill on the first player coming in, and then he tried to jump backwards. Yeah, he tried to jump backwards onto the truck to get a different angle. And I'm like,
if he held mouse 1, it could have been.
He would have got 2 kills.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Oh my god, that's crazy. But now it's already up. No time to mourn. As Ryerson now on the T side with 2 rounds, and UCF looking real strong with 13 rounds.
People on Ryerson have said that Doofus is an insane in-game leader, so he's gonna have to put that to the test here, as they really have no rounds to work with.
I've seen him play on LAN quite a few times now. I know Doofus, but this is a tough hill battle.
Oh, Mesa's gonna find the first entry onto Blue Sky, and maybe this is what sparks it, as the rest of Ryerson are in the connector. They're waiting for this rotate from Cool Hand Luke, and he's just not giving it to them right now.
Oh god, he's got a CZ. He could catch so much flesh if he holds mouse 1. But he spots it out. Oh my god, as I say it! But the next actually takes out his teammate and he reloads! This is so detrimental! Ryerson! They find the refrag, but Macer onto the site, able to keep this alive here for Ryerson. A 2v2 situation.
Yeah, 2v2, but Hollywood gonna take down Doofus. It's all down to Macer. He already has 2 kills to his name right now. and needs to find 2 more to keep Ryerson alive here. As he's waiting for Hollywood to peek, and he's actually gooshed him now. This is suddenly doable, as Sean J is going to be lit up as well, and Macer, oh my god, what is this? As he's going to find Hollywood as well, and it's all down to Sean J with 30 HP as well. Macer, he's going to try to get the bomb down here. He's actually expecting a peek and takes him down. It's a 4K on the round for Macer. He's going to keep Ryerson alive here. 13-3. Boy.
That was so needed. When you thought Cool Hand Luke was just going to steal this from them, mind you, next TK'd a teammate in Connector. You just think, who's serving spaghetti? Like, you know what I'm saying? But now it's 3-13. There's Galil's anti-eco guns. But oh my god, the aggressive play for UCF towards Party.
Yeah, I really like this here. A stack by UCF. And Ryerson, they're just going to play it slow here, not want to give up any advantages here.
I don't think they ever patched that. I actually like that he's trying to do that.
Yeah. Trying to get up on that little ledge.
Yeah. I'm not even sure. Is it an invisible pixel?
Yeah.
So it's technically illegal, guys, by the way. So he can't do that. But if he did, you know. Oh, God. My blood is boiling.
Oh, the timing. They're actually boosted at oh my god, they're actually getting dinked up here. As Doof is going to find Sean J though, and next, like, he's 12 HP as well. As Ryerson is just going to run the bomb towards B here. That's the play. But Cool Hand Luke, this guy's been doing so much damage here. He might be able to find something here. As he's playing by the sandbags.
This is so cheeky. Cool Hand Luke could actually stop this right here. Holding this off towards sandbag and they fully checking. That is so crazy, soggy. But the players are close towards the smoke and they actually pull up. It's 25 seconds to plant this while Blue Sky wants to chime in as well. Chill Dan actually picks up Macer, and from behind is Blue Sky. And now next, who is left to die towards Playground, dies to Blue Sky with 12 HP. And oh my god, that I didn't think it would twist like that. I thought Cool Hand Luke was gonna end it just like that. But Soggy, he actually checks the sandbag. Oh my god. Still surprises on both sides.
That was so unfortunate for Ryerson because they were boosted up in Playground for the longest time waiting for that long A push. And then the moment that they get off that boost, they start pushing him and 2 guys get dinked instantly. So just such unfortunate timing for them as the rest of Ryerson, they're going to be picking their way straight monster push here as UCF, they push towards the water. Beautiful play from them.
And Hollywood's gonna mow down one. That's the bomb dropped in sight. But look, the cavalry is here, and it's a slaughter across the Ryerson side. Chill Dan picks up another. Nex is now stuck in a tight place with 5 UCF Knights. And that will be match point.
I'm speechless. Like, UCF, they're just pulling out all the right moves here. They decided to push water, knowing that Ryerson, they weren't gonna have a good buy, so they just pretty much shut down that entire water angle and just deal with everyone else coming out monsters. It's just a beautiful play coming out from UCF. Like, they're playing as a team right now.
Yeah, like, I definitely love to see it, but on the Canadian side, rather, of course, but it's gonna be pots and pans, actually, just spoons and utensils here. Upgraded pistol by the nades actually work in favor of UCF, and in comes Hollywood, and the bomb has been dropped.
And look at this, like UCF, they send 4 guys towards the middle to push it. They're playing to win this game. They're not afraid. As now it's down to a 2v3 for Macer and Soggy. Soggy only with 5 HP. He's gonna find one to Sean J, as this could be the start of something. But Blue Sky is already towards the bottom connector, and if Ryerson decided to go down there, they're gonna be met by him. But if it's anyone who can pull off a miracle round, probably be Mason at this point after seeing that pistol round, as Blue Sky is going to hear them rotate towards B, and oh, they're faking it. They're faking it. Look at this.
Oh my god, a huge play by Ryerson, but Cool Hand Luke, 2 players who just barely add up to 50 HP, and no, not like this, not like this. Make it stop! The bomb has been dropped! And now Soggy in a 1v1 against Cool Hand Luke. He should pull this off, but 11. Oh my goodness! Soggy keeps Ryerson alive, but match point has been sealed. And Galil gets picked up. The money situation is not looking too good. Ryerson, if they bring this OT, like, I'd feel nauseous. I'd probably quit CS.
What kind of shot was that from the CZ from that range, too?
Yeah. That crosshair placement, Soggy. A huge round for Ryerson, but towards the game, though, they have a huge uphill battle, guys.
And UCF here, they were just playing it safe. They actually could have easily forced into this round if they wanted to. They actually had a player with 6k, but Mesa are going to take down Sean J, and Blue Sky going to trade out here. As they're going to pick up that Galil. As the rest of Ryerson looks like they're going to make their way towards the long A area. Next, going to farm on Blue Sky. And I think oh, wow. Hollywood taking down Nexus. Now it's suddenly a 3v3 situation. As the rest of UCF, they probably should be rotating towards the A site now. As HTC is going to get taken down by Cool Hand Luke, and this guy has just been such a force for this team.
Oh my goodness, this is so scary. The CZ play. Soggy! What in God's name? Doofus finds one kill, Chill Dan now in a 1v1 situation. Surely Soggy should pull this off with just the AK, but Chill Dan, he knows, and he wants blood, but no, it won't get it. And now 5 to 15, these rounds are so damn close, Mahone.
Oh yeah. This is like having a heart attack. This is like trying to watch C9 close out phase during the major. All those OT rounds.
Oh yes, exactly. That is literally what I'm experiencing here. And yes, the scoreline's 15-5, but Ryerson, they're still trying to pump that blood in and keep that heart beating, I guess.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like UCF's they're just playing like the better team right now. It's only a matter of time, but like Ryerson, they just look like they're playing so scared, like they're so nervous, as they know that any mistake they make right now could cost them here.
This is such a tense game. 1 minute and 15 seconds ago, the bomb towards the playground, and a forward hold here for UCF. Now they're holding towards bathroom and followed by the, I guess you could say, Cole and Luke's actually, oh, he's in connector. I did not see that.
Yeah, Sean J. Oh, he's going to get met by 3 terrorists here, and they're going to try to pop flash in, and HEC takes him down. It's a good entry onto the A site here, but there's still Cool Hand Luke, and this guy is honestly like fur. Like, he's playing so aggressively, and he's going to take down Soggy. And he's going to try to rotate back in, but he's going to try to fight off Next, and Next is going to take him down with that Mac 10. A 4v3 situation now, and Blue Sky is actually in the connector. Man, these guys are always in such close-up spots here.
Yeah, but execute on to this A site 30 seconds ago. They need to get the bomb down. It's going to be on the back ATC as he's getting flanked from behind. A lot of damage done to him.
Oh, no.
And oh my god, Macer goes down. Hollywood picks up a kill as well. The bomb's down in sight. 19 seconds ago. Next is forcing it up, but he goes down, and that is gonna do it for Ryerson. 16-5 for UCF Knights. And a pretty conclusive first half into a struggle bus into the second half, which led them to that 16-5.
Hi. That's gonna hurt for any of us Canadians, but I mean, I have to give it to UCF, man. They were playing like the better team here for sure. They came prepared into this matchup. They had strats, they had setups, like they had a plan coming into this, and it was really nice to see them execute it.
Like UCF, it was really nice to see how they were playing, and they were completely prepared. And I'm not sure if Ryerson is not putting in the hours, but like, I guess you could say they are slightly a T-sided team. But come on, that CT side with the aggressive play didn't work out. They didn't stop until you saw this 8-round gap. You gotta talk about the mid-round calling followed by the mid-game calling, right? Okay, this isn't working out. We gotta try something. What is UCF doing? And where do you think it went wrong for Ryerson, like at the start?
Like Next was just giving up so many picks early into the game, and like the problem is that I feel like Ryerson might be more used to him getting that pick more often than not. because every time he died,
That's
immediately a
true.
second person died. Like they were trying to make a play or something like that, and they just get punished for it immediately. So, UCF, they're probably ready. They're just waiting. They're just like, all right, we're gonna wait for this next guy. We get the kill on him. Wait for someone else to try to push into us, and boom, 5v3 situation. Like that's all it is.
Yeah, Next definitely got shut down. Looking at the stats right now, and there were essentially the 4 out of 5 rounds that were won here for Ryerson were 4 clutches. Macer and Sagi, 2 1vx's each. And the funny part is, though, on UCF, not a single clutch was needed. Not a single 1vx there for UCF. And that says a lot, guys. That means there are multiple players alive to take this round. And that is very scary to see that stat. That is insane.
Yeah, like when we saw the money on UCF, like after like round 11 or 12, like they're already in the 10k range. Like some people had like 13k. So I mean, when you're dominating by that much, it shows in your economy as well. So I mean, UCF, they're in full control of this entire game, and I really really like to see it. I mean, I think they definitely silenced a lot of doubters, including me,
Yeah.
as to how good
Crack shot,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy to see it because this is a new contender now.
Yeah, UCF, they deserve to be where they are, and actually glad to see them do so well. But Ryerson, right, they find their first loss. May this be a wake-up call to that squad. And you might be right. What you touched base on towards the end was maybe they're used to Next finding that pick, right? It's like, oh, it doesn't happen. So what is the follow-up? Do you just stay aggressive and fall out of place? Or, like, what I mean? What is the next action if that pick doesn't happen? What if the team just plays super passive or completely shuts down that alleyway? But, I don't know. Like, what do you think is going through the minds of Ryerson right now after this match?
I mean, I think it's definitely gonna be a wake up call for them because like it's not like these guys aren't playing. These guys are playing on a ESCA team right now.
Yes,
I think they actually played a match even before this, so it's not like these guys aren't playing. But I think they just need to take their game a little bit more seriously now. Like it's not so much about the individual play as you see like UCF. They had so many setups. They made so many strats. Like they knew they had a game plan coming into it, right? Like that's the biggest thing. So that's what I want to see with Ryerson. Like I want to see them be more prepared for these matches because they definitely did not look that prepared.
Yeah, and looking at the stats towards UCF across the board, it looks pretty even. Yeah, Blue Sky towards the bottom and Cool Hand Luke towards the top. Essentially, no one really having a huge underperformance. 2 players with close to 180 yards. Cool Hand Luke with 105. That guy, like, I gotta stress about Cool Hand Luke. This guy, he just understands the round, how it plays out very well. And I try to do this for my players too. Reading what works for the other team and seeing like, okay, if we shut them down here, they're obviously gonna do this. And that has worked for us, but it can't just come down to, I guess, what we talked about earlier, me and Crackshaw talked earlier at the first match today, coming down to that quick maths. Cool Hand Luke is on something, man. Like, he just knows that he is at the right place, the right time. Like you said, like, he's playing like Fur. He's just crazy. Such good awareness by Cool Hand Luke. And every team needs a guy like that, seriously. And that's probably not just by him alone, mind you. The comms on UCF is probably really freaking good.
Yeah, they're definitely like aware as a team as to what could be open and what not, like what isn't open. So they're aware of like what kind of things could happen to them. So, like for somebody like Cool Hand Luke to be able to do what he does, like be able to make so much space and be able to pretty much get into such advantageous positions, it's like, it comes down to his team calling out like where people are, right? So that way he's able to find those gaps, and for him, he's able to capitalize on it, right? As we can see, he definitely a top performer, and I think he had a great game. And not to mention as well, like, Chill Dan, he may not have had the most kills, but he was just such a solid, like, he's kind of like Skadoodle, right? He just holds angles and just punishes people who push into him, right? So I think UCF, they're looking really strong here.
Yeah, and like just looking at the statement taken from John Jay, we feel super confident. We can take pistol rounds, win the anti-ecos, and hit them hard on the gun rounds. Like that's, and we saw that actually. Like, and we have to keep their economy hurting, and we saw that.
Yeah,
And we can't let them build up for ops. We saw
yeah,
that. In over too many consecutive gun rounds. We saw that as well. Dear freaking God, that is scary. Um, like UCF, if they say they're coming, they're coming. But with that being said, guys, that was definitely a matchup we didn't expect to happen. Like the way it happened, we did not expect that. But UCF showed up. Ryerson have some things to think about, and that's unfortunate for the Canadian side. I was actually baffled by what I was seeing. We're actually scared as from coming from Saints Gaming that we're actually scared of Ryerson for sure because they're our neighbors, 100%. We like to throw jokes and stuff, but on paper, they're definitely a better team. But I always tell my players like, who cares, right? But that is definitely a wake up call for. Let's see how UBC goes against UCF one day. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Rich, he doesn't care. He's like, I'm just gonna kill everybody. But yeah, guys, with that being said, we're going to wrap it up. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. My name is True Lie, followed by your boy, Mahone, Mr. Danny. And honestly, hit that follow button if you like what you saw. And of course, find us at cstarleague.com for more information and on Twitter at cstarleague or Collegiate CSGO for all things CSGO. And on our schedule, I have it pulled up here. So we just saw Central Florida versus Ryerson. Coming up on Wednesday, the 7th of February, is going to be Georgia versus Kentucky at 4 p.m. PT, followed by a show match we don't know yet. Will be scheduled for 7 p.m. PT. But guys, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Hit that follow button, support our channel as we are on the utmost greatest streaming platform, which is Twitch. Of course, CSL would not be what it is today without the support of the Twitch platform. And from LAN events to PAX East, PAX West, and all things that CSL has come to host. Twitch has been the utmost, greatest platform for us to do these things. And CSL has come to grow to 900 campuses, and me and Mahone are firm believers of the collegiate scene. It's growing, and to all the titles that we carry on C Star League. And guys, the playoffs are starting up. You're witnessing some of these top schools like Ryerson make mistakes. If you have, if you're going to post-secondary school, you guys are just starting out, you're semi-pro or you're DMG and up or something like that, whatever it is, join Division 2. See how it works out with your band of 5 friends. Join Division 2 is completely free, and we've seen some interesting talent in Division 2, right, Mahon?
Yep. I mean, definitely some of the top Division 2 teams could compete in Division 1.
Yep, and like we said, CSL is growing, and definitely join Division 2, and we saw actually quite a lot of new schools joining Division 1. Of course, St. Clair being one of them, but a lot of new talent coming up. And as these conferences come to a close, guys, playoffs is around the corner. And Ryerson has showed a weakness to the other top schools. And as those playoffs get figured out, and for the prize pool of $30,000, just so you guys know. With that being said, we're going to sign off, and we'll join you guys back on Wednesday. See you guys later.